A multi-million-dollar expansion plan for White River State Park is no longer happening.
Mirror Indy is reporting the state quietly scrapped the idea. Joining us now in studio is one of the reporters who broke the story, Peter Blanchard. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Yes, so this project was supposed to cost $65 million. Now the community's being told there's not enough money. What happened to the funding?
Yeah, so it's sort of a long story, but I'll give you the cliff notes. Basically, back in 2020, Elanco, Mayor Joe Hogsett, Governor Eric Holcomb announced that Elanco was going to be relocating its headquarters to the former GM stamping plant. And as part of that relocation, the state was going to expand White River State Park into an area right there near the headquarters. Everything was going along as planned for the next couple of years. There was money put into the 2025 state budget for this expansion. That money was later stripped out after, you may recall, in 2025 there was a gloomy economic forecast, due in part to tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. And so that led to the state budget, state lawmakers making a whole bunch of cuts, and that was one of the items that got cut. And so at that point, state officials hadn't said the project wasn't happening, but it did kind of become unclear where the money was going to come from. And then eventually I was informed by someone last month that the state was going to be no longer moving forward with this expansion plan.
So that, and hence the quietly removed. There was no announcement. They just started notifying people who were involved that, hey, this isn't going to happen anymore?
That's right, and it's similar to what happened back in September. Some of your viewers, and you may recall, there was an old crane bay structure on the GM stamping plant, and it was kind of, think giant metal beams, and it was going to be repurposed into a live events center, and that was kind of a main piece of the park expansion. Yeah. Well, back in September, the state started bulldozing the crane bay, not giving any notice to the city or other stakeholders involved. Indianapolis Business Journal did some great reporting about how that came to be. Basically, Elanco didn't like the idea, the state didn't like the idea, so that was abruptly scrapped. And then here you have, 5 or 6 months later, now the full park expansion is being scrapped. So a lot of people feel like, the rug has been pulled out from under them.
You kind of touched on it right there, just understanding the impact of a project like this and it no longer coming. What is the impact? Yeah,
so, when you think about when they announced in 2020 that Elanco was going to be relocating here, the promise was they're going to bring 1,000 jobs, they're going to revitalize the neighborhood, this near west side kind of part of downtown that's sort of been a little bit neglected ever since, GM and a lot of industries left the area. And so, with Elanco coming here, the city and state offered, tens of millions of dollars in tax incentives to get them to come here. Now, that's pretty typical with large economic development deals, but usually with a project of this size, you'll see some sort of community component. And I think the park expansion was intended to be that. It was sort of, there wasn't just going to be a great corporate headquarters here. There was also going to be a great green space that could help connect the downtown to the near west side. That's why you have the Henry Street Bridge going up there. And so a lot of people are really upset. They feel like, that they got the wrong end of the deal here.
Well, thank you so much for covering it. You can read the entire story on Mirror Indy, and I know you'll keep tabs on it and let us know when there are more developments.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.